We are rolling out a batch of dough here at SuzyQ Donuts. Joining me now is Terry Arif, Doughboy, here at the joint. Why is it so important that you roll it out so it's perfectly even?
Well, it has to be perfectly flat so that when you actually cut your donut, you get a donut that's about this tall, and it has to be that tall because if it's tall, it fits in the box better than if it's wide and flat, and you want them to be about 3 ounces before you cut the hole out of them.
I didn't realize there was such a science behind donut cutting.
There's a science to the whole deal. It's all science.
How did you learn so much about it?
I learned so much just working here. I got the job, and Sue taught me what she knows, and I read a couple books and things on the internet about baking, and I learned how to do it.
Now, I'll let you continue to work, but when you went to culinary school, did you ever imagine that you would graduate and eventually be a dough expert?
No, I didn't think so, because I kind of made fun of the baking and pastry arts students at Algonquin.
Really?
Because there's kind of a rivalry, but I ended up being kind of more of a baking and pastry guy than a cooking guy.
Terry, can I give cutting out one of the circles a try?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Is there a technique to it?
There is a technique to it. You gotta stamp it down and flat with the table, as flat as you can, and you gotta give it a twist too, and then flip it out so it doesn't stick to the table.
Okay.
And that one's not even gonna come out.
Oh, what did I do wrong? Am I not smushing it hard enough?
I'd say use your fingers instead of the palm of your hand, and then flip it up.
Get out. There's mine.
There's yours. Sometimes I do that, I mess it up, and I just I squish it back into position. And then sometimes if you cut the hole out of that, it turns out relatively edible.
It's salvageable.
Yeah, sometimes.
Now, are there special ingredients included in the SuzyQ donut dough that makes it taste so good?
There are special ingredients, but I can't tell you exactly special ingredients. There's your normal dough ingredients, and then there's a special spice or two that you wouldn't figure would be in there.
All right, but you're not going to tell me.
No.
How do you cut the center out?
So you just make sure it's centered, of course, and then just use your fingers just like that and poke it down, and then pick it up with your finger in there. So you just pick the hole out. There you go.
See, that I
that's
managed to do.
a pretty nice donut, and it's gonna puff up so the hole is smaller and the donut's bigger. It's gonna puff up and be smooth.
What does the dough taste like?
I don't usually taste it when it's raw, but it tastes all right.
Can you eat it raw?
Yeah, you can eat it raw. It's got raw egg, but it's like cookie dough.
Oh, great, good. Now that's poisoned me. Before we go, after you finish cutting out the donuts, it goes into this machine here. What is this?
This is a proofer. Basically, it's got a heating coil and some water, so it emits some heat and humidity, and it keeps it all sealed up. And that makes the yeast act faster in puffing up the dough, making it nice and tall and fluffy. And basically it makes a nice light donut much faster and much more controlled than letting it rise in the open air.
Okay. Coming up next, we're going to be heading into the next room. We're going to be deep frying donuts, right?
That's right.
And I'll learn how you put the toppings on them, and of course, I'll have to give it the taste test. Stay with us. That's all coming after the SuzyQ Donut on SuzyQ.